So hello everyone, welcome to Football Mania. Welcome to our preview of mid-season ISL. So we can go with Northeast first. Reisang, two wins, four draws. Are you happy with how the season is going currently?
Yeah, very happy, very impressed with the player performance. We know with Northeast United we don't have the best Indian contingent, but yeah, very proud of the player display.
Any players in certain you have been really impressed by this season?
The particular players that I've been impressed is our defensive midfielder number 6, Hasa Kamara. He has been a solid in the central defensive midfielder. I think he is right there in top of the best three midfielder right now in the league, whether it be foreigners or Indian. And his and from an Indian player, his defensive midfield partner, Larem Larem Puya, the 20 years old. He was given the captain armband on two match, which which was a record when it was he became the youngest to captain a side at age 20. So yeah, very impressive with this performance as well.
Now, so far, I think you guys have played 7 games. Are you confident that you'll finish in the top four at the end of the season?
I think it's too early to predict. We have lots of good teams are there. FC Goas will probably come up in the top four as season progress. I think I will want my team to qualify for the top four, but I can't predict that right now whether they'll be or not.
That's fair enough. So let's go to Bengaluru now. I mean, Nishal is going pretty well for you guys. Still undefeated, 3 wins, 3 draws. Are you happy with how the season is going so far?
Well, the season has been going really well for us. I'm really happy with the progress they've made. And if you see, Bangalore is on top of the goals as well. So Bangalore is the only team which has scored goals which are in double digits, and the next best being Mumbai, which is at 9 goals. And this was something which we lacked last year. And the management saw that. They made the changes. They bought in Clayton, they bought in Opseth, and then you saw the goals coming in. Things have changed certainly for the best. But the only thing that I'm concerned about is Gurpreet not keeping as many clean sheets as last season. Gurpreet has just about 2 clean sheets at the moment. Although he has 15 saves to his name, he just has 2 clean sheets. So, whenever Bangalore wins a match, even after conceding, I really feel bad because, Gurpreet is somebody who's been the wall for the team. And last season, he was phenomenal with his clean sheets that he kept. And that really helped us get to that position that we were in last season. But I would really like to see, the defensive line working together so that, we can have more clean sheets. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. Apart from that, it's all going very well for us.
I mean, yeah, I touched on the defensive side. Like, how impressed have been the attacking side? Like, I think when we did the first video, you said like you were worried that they won't score much goals from the open play, but you guys are doing that now.
Yes.
So how impressed have you been that?
Yes, that has been a really relieving moment for me personally because, all the goals that came in the first 3 games were all from set pieces. And then suddenly you see, Clayton striking in, Eric Parthalu striking in, Dima striking in. Everything is happening. These goals from open play are also coming in now. So that's a really good sign. We are no longer fully dependent on set pieces for our goals. Set pieces are there. It's a good attacking strategy for the coach. But we are also scoring from open play. We are having the position more with Dimas coming into the side, starting more often now. You can see, Bangalore is having more of the position now than we were having it before when he was coming off the bench.
Right, and I think that are you confident? I know it's still early, but confident about a good finish?
Well, the way they are going, I don't see any chance of them not being in the top four. Chetri is firing in. On the other side, there's Clayton. Opseth is creating problem for the opposition defenders. There's Pathalu coming in. Dimas attacking. Suresh once in a while attacking here and there. Everything is happening. I'm pretty confident, that they should be in the top four at the rate they're going at right now.
All right. So let's move on to East Bengal now, Sanjay. So, I mean, it's really not going good for you guys. still win. I mean, what's the thought so far?
There are no much thoughts. I mean, we just scored our first goal. We are just happy with that. The way the team is playing, I mean, what to say? I mean, nothing. I haven't seen so worst playing ever. Of course, we haven't got the chance to build the team. The time we entered ISL, the last year, the players they were in the team. They were from the last year I League where they didn't perform well, and the selection of the foreigners. Uh, and let's see, we are looking for some new recruits from IFA Shield. Just heard the news. Danish from Real Kashmir, and another one, I guess, Tanmoy Ghosh from George Telegraph. Let's see if we can recruit them. What happens in the second league?
Any changes like you would like to make to see like tactically or in the team selection you would want him to make?
Right now, we are lacking in the striking force. There is the Indian strikers like JJ. If you say JJ, Vineet, Balwant, forget Balwant. They are not even 10% of what they have played previously. I mean, like it seems like in the lockdown phase they just went sleeping, doing no workout.
Right. So, where do you see yourself finishing at the end now?
Thank God there is no relegation.
Okay, I think I got that. So, like before moving on to Chennai and Kerala, I wanted to ask you all about the referees. I mean, it has been a talk of the season so far. I mean, every fan is possibly calling for foreign referees, but AIFF recently said like we want Indian referees to develop. So, what are your thoughts on that? We can go Aaryan on this one.
Yeah, there is no use in talking about that because only a worst refereeing is happening every years. We couldn't say anything about it. Only VAR and far foreign referees can rectify it.
Reisang, like, do you agree with AIFF statement? Like they said, like we need to develop Indian referees too.
Yeah, actually, they have some point because Indian referees need some exposure in overseas content, but the quality among the Indian referees is really, really low because compared with last season, this is really worst. For East Bengal, they have seen that a lot of things by denying penalties and giving lots of cards. I couldn't say anything about it. I have exhausted.
What about you, Reisang?
What?
Yeah,
No, no, I'm
rightly
asking.
pointed. I think the referee has been the major talking points in the season. In almost all the match, there has been a major goal from the referee, which which is not right, which goes against the team which the team should benefit from, but instead many major penalties, offside goals, many of them the referee are getting wrong. I think we are talking about the Indian football development. If we continue with this kind of referee, I don't think there's going to be much improvement. So as the play in the field, as the player develop, improve, so as the referee has to improve their game, step up their game instead of making mistake in all the matches that they officiate. I think there's a lot of pressure on them as well to perform now. I think lots of coach from both side, from all, probably from all the coaching staff we have seen in during the post-match interview, they've always pointed out the referee mistake. So I think, yeah, if the referee is going to continue in this way, probably foreign referee should be considered.
What about you, Nishal? Like you guys have been on the end of like pretty good decisions.
See, although we have been on the end of some lucky decisions by bad refereeing, I would still say that the refereeing is absolutely bullshit in the ISL. It's absolutely crap. I mean, I don't understand the point of, referees making so many mistakes and still the AIFF coming and shielding them, saying that, they need more time. This is the 7th season of ISL going on, and the 7th season when the same set of referees are playing on the field. How can they, after 7 seasons, not learn a lesson is my question. It's absolutely rubbish, the refereeing this season. There have been so many unnecessary goals given away, so many goals not given away, and so many unnecessary cards given away. Some of them have, when the referee is right in front of them. We saw that one yesterday as well. There was a call right outside the box where Jamshedpur had won the free kick, but the call went against them and was given to Northeast United. That was absolutely rubbish. I mean, the referee was right in front of them and he could have clearly seen it. I don't think, it's right for the AIFF to shield them this way. It's absolutely bullshit.
What about you, Sanjay? I mean, Reisang told like many coaches are voicing against it. I mean, I heard Fowler was also pretty vocal against in that issue. So, what do you think?
The referee is not up to the mark in the I-League also, but this is terrible. I mean, nothing can be worse than this. Simple as that. Okay, fine. AIFF has said that they want to develop Indian referees. Well and good. But the thing is that if the players need 3 months of preseason, the referees need 6 months of preseason. Of course, the doing for Indian football referee, that is not their first job. I can understand that, but you have to think of everything. You cannot develop the quality of football with this kind of refereeing. I mean, fine. The VAR, I just read on the net that it costs too much. We can use the third umpire concept of cricket in Indian football. Even then the referee would have been pressured to do not to do the mistake so clearly. I mean, they would be having a pressure to do the right thing.
I mean, Aaron, Sanjay touched on VAR a little bit. So, do you think like if we brought in a VAR with these Indian referees, do you think that would make a difference?
I think what could make a huge difference with decision making and everything, because referees are getting players are pressuring the referees to like change their decisions, what they are deciding, and the players are pressuring to do something else. That's I feel like VAR could have also helped. They need to find an innovative way of using VAR, like using replay cameras as much as possible, and this could help. It could aid our referees, and it could help our referees in making correct decisions. Yeah, even for a normal referee, right? It is very difficult to find out offsides and everything, because you have to consider the ball hit, and you need to consider where the player is. That's very difficult to understand. So with like replay cameras, you can actually find out this pretty easily with the replay cameras. And I think they could have innovated that VAR system using replay cameras too. And they need to improve that referees business. Like give them more matches, give them more time, give them more matches, to be honest. Because what I read about one article regarding AIFF referees, because they are saying that it's like their part-time job. It's like a part-time job for them. They had to do some other work in order to meet their ends. So I feel like AIFF should do something about this refereeing decisions, situations, and they need to give more matches to these referees so that they could learn and understand. They could understand more. They could make correct decisions under pressure and everything, and so on.
Kashyap, I would like to state another fact here, all right? So although we've, just seen about 33 games played this whole season, there have been over 120 yellow cards given. That amount of yellow cards that is being given is staggering. And when you compare that to the number of red cards, you've only had 7 red cards in all, and you've had over 120 yellow cards in just 33 games. And I've also come across this recent article from, I think it was a statement made by the Odisha coach, who said that, these referees are very scared to give yellow cards to the Indian national players. To some extent, I do feel that is right. You see a lot of these national players who get away with silly mistakes, which other players get booked for. I think the referees really need to up their standards. I mean, they cannot be partial against a national player and a domestic player. That really makes the game unfair. If a newcomer is getting a yellow card for something, anybody should get it for that. and it shouldn't be like very silly mistakes. I think sometimes the referee just need to call a foul, break the fight off, and just slow the game down, to avoid the fouls. And yellow cards is not always the answer. Sometimes, yes, you need a yellow card, but not every time. 120 yellow cards in just 32 games, that's absurd. I mean, the amount of yellow cards is too much.
So, anyone else would like to add something to that?
Regarding what he said right now, it is like playing those local games where the big teams get the advantages. It's like that. When the AIFF need to work with the referees more than the players.
So I think we touched on referees pretty good. So let's get back to, we have Chennai and now Aaryan. So
Yes.
5 games, 1 win, I think it's 2 draws. How have you been with the season so far?
Not really good start for us, because first game versus Jamshedpur FC, we win, but after some games, we lost some confidence on that, because we totally didn't have clarity about Shabal Laszlo's play, because when the substitutions sometimes are really questionable on that. Sometimes they play attacking game, sometimes they play defensive, but end of the day, the win is the only motive. But the winning intent among the Sabah Laszlos is big on zero. I don't see any intent, but maybe in future we can see some intent on.
You said you're on the future. Any changes you would like to make in terms of tactics or lineups?
Yeah, surely, because first game we had a 4-2-3-1 on paper, but on the field, team plays 4-4-2. Then next games we played the same thing, but last game against Northeast United FC, we played 4-4-3. Sorry, 4-3-3. So, actually, we played slightly good, but not so. We don't have any winning intent on that. Sabal Laszlo's intent having purely a draw. But comparing with his past stint with Romanian League, Sepsi OSK, 26 matches have played, but Sepsi win only seven matches and 12 draws. So it makes us fear that Shabazz intent having only a draw. So we have slightly fear on him.
So I'll try to upload this before the Goa game, but any predictions for that one, Aaryan?
Same thing, but without any injuries, we expect a 1-0 win.
So now, Aaron, Blasters, you guys look pretty good in some parts of matches, but you're not able to convert those into wins.
Yeah, finishing third. Attacking third. I think so. Changte and new player Jacob Sylvester, the number 9. It's not good in finishing. That's the truth. Because even though we lost the Golden Boot winner, Nejus Valskis, he played really well in Jamshedpur FC without the assistance of Rafa Pivlaro. But we really, sometimes we're thinking, just looking back, that why we lost Valskis. We really feel about that. But anyways, at the end of the day, you have to stick with the club. I hope Jacob Sylvester will score.
Okay, let's move on to Kerala now. Aaron, how's the feeling so far? You guys are still trying to adapt that Kibu system. What do you thought?
Yeah, you're right, actually. The tactics, it takes time for them. It takes time for all players to get into that system. Kibu system takes a lot of time. And as you see in Mohambagan pre-season matches, we have seen not great matches from Mohambagan, but we can expect the same from Kerala Blasters. We need to give them time, actually.
Now we saw, like, do you see like he knows his starting lineup now?
What? Sorry?
Do you see like he knows his starting lineup now, or do you still has doubts over players?
I think it's a starting lineup, actually. Yeah. It's actually because Gary Hooper isn't getting that support of a striker. And that's what we have clearly seen from Bengaluru during the game with Bengaluru. In Jordan Murray and Gary Hooper, these two combinations are pretty good, actually. And it's a great improvement, to be honest. And and that's it. That's it. Yeah. It's actually our final third is our biggest issue in our case, and we lost Fido from a midfielder, attacking midfielder. That link up between defense and attack, there's no one there to create that chances between defense and lineup. Yeah, defense and attack. Sorry, we lost that player.
I mean, you said on the attacking side, but are you worried about the defensive side too? I mean, with East Bengal, you guys have conceded like most amount of goals. I think 10. Worried about that?
Defensive, I think I think we'll improve much better with Costa and Corne. With Costa coming back, I think we might improve much better in our defensive side. I think it's because of our attacking third that we had conceded too much goals. That's why.
Okay. So, any thoughts about the second phase of the season, Aaron?
Thoughts. Regarding that, I'm expecting not playing like top 4 entirely, but I'm going to expect some good progress from the team itself.
Do you see improvements game by game, like they're adapting to that system?
Yeah, they are adapting to that system. Yeah, they're actually adapting to that system. It's actually a slow pace, but they're adapting to it pretty quickly. Yeah.
Okay. So I think
it's about a matter of time till they can score goals pretty easily.
Okay. So I think at that bit, anyone want to add something about that?
Well, I would like to say, I think Kerala needs to work more in the defensive side because, there's a stat that comes up during every Kerala match. I'm not sure if everyone has noticed this. Every match since last season, they say Kerala has lost 16 points, 18 points since the time they've taken a lead since last season. So they take the lead in the first half or the first 10, 20 minutes, and then they somehow, end up losing that lead. I think Kerala really needs to work on that part of it. And the underdogs, I would say they are Hyderabad for this season. Hyderabad has had a very good run. They are one of the only 2 teams who still are unbeaten in this league right now. So Hyderabad too are doing really well. So I think the other team should be wary of Hyderabad's threat. Hyderabad have a very good variety of Indian youngsters. They were all recruited by Roka, and it's passed on to the new Roka now. And he's doing a very good job with these youngsters. I'm really happy to see, someone working with the Indian youngsters in such a good way. And they are getting the results. You see, it's all the hard work of the coaching staff that has gone into this, and you can clearly see the results. They are just, one of the 2 teams that are still unbeaten in the league. And also hats off to ATK, the way they are playing. I know they say that it's a new team, but technically we all know that, it's just the same old ATK from last season, which is carry forwarding with a few changes here and there. They too have played very good along with Mumbai FC. Mumbai FC have had a few glitches here and there in the starting phase, but now you can see the lethalness of the depth of their team, the attack that they have and the defense that they have. It's way too strong, I would say, for this league, if you ask me honestly. And ATK too, the number of clean sheets that they've, I think they have the most number of clean sheets this season. I think they're all really playing well. There are some top quality teams that are playing this season. I'm really happy to see, it's a very competitive tournament this time. Unlike, I think a few seasons ago, there were just 2-3 teams competing for the title. I would say this season is very competitive.
So anyone else would like to add something to
that? Talking about Hyderabad, in a big tournament, players will come, but the best thing I have seen is the rise of Thangboy Singh Tho, the Indian assistant coach of Hyderabad. He is working with the Indian squad maybe more than 3 months before the schedule was released. And what work he has done with the team, everyone can see that. He is the one who has built the team. So the first Roka, he was there. He went away. The second one came, but he was the one who stayed constant. Last time when the coach was in the bench and he was was in the game. He is the biggest catch I have got in this ISL.
Okay. So, what about you, Reisang? Anything else to add to that?
Yeah, we talk about ISL as which will improve the quality of Indian play. I think Hyderabad has done that. They have probably two or three foreigners in most of the match, starting with three foreigners, one in the back, one in the midfield, and striker. The others are all the Indians. I think Indians, when we tell about Indians, they're a young Indian side. The central back, Sana Singh, just 24 years, and the both side back, Akash Mishra and Ashish Rai, they have been a rock solid, very young. I think with this kind of performance, they will surely knock the door of the national team. And up front, Yashir have been a very good, have done very good, very creative. Probably one of the best left-footed player in India we have right now coming up the rank. And up next to him, Liston, playing as a number 9, coming like the coach says in one of his post-match. Liston is more impressive when he come as a sub when the players are a bit tired. There he take his advantage with his pace, with his strength. I think yeah, that's right. But Liston, when he ever given a chance, he has done very well in last match as well. He came in as a sub, got the 2 assists. Yeah, he got 2 assists. I think he has been solid. So I think for all the neutral fans, I think Hyderabad is one of the second favorite teams for a neutral fan. So I hope they keep going.
What about you, Aaryan? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, sure. Because Hyderabad FC, without any foreign contingent, I mean, 1, 2, or 3 players, foreign players are playing on say, playing 11. They are dominating, purely dominating team without a foreigner helps. Notably, Eastern Kolas is really tremendous. After Sunil Chetri, he might be the Indian team's dependable striker. No doubt about that.
Aaron, any final thoughts?
About?
I saw Hyderabad's first game. I like their playing style actually, because they are always continually passing and everything. It's all link up. It's pretty nice to see that kind of game. Given that they are only playing with 2 foreigners and everything, and the Lisbon Colaccio is a really awesome player, really talented player to be honest. And I like his how he comes into the play into the D box and everything, try to create those chances. He created like I think 1 assist for if I remember right, he gave an assist and scored I think he gave an assist to reach and Nazari completes it, and it's really interesting and really nice.
So I think yeah, that's it. Just stop.